Ricky Rose, the time has come. Meech home. February 13th, get your tickets right now. It's going down. We know Florida gonna be there. Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building, making history. Meech, who else coming?
The whole nation. Detroit, St. Louis, California, everybody. Atlanta, Georgia, ATL, stand up.
Woo. We're gonna make history. Get your tickets right now.
Bad guy? I don't think there's a bad guy.
No, yes it is. Fuck that, Vlad. Let's talk about it.
I think Meech is the one that made a mistake.
No.
No? You think 50?
No.
Lil Meech.
No.
Who am I forgetting now?
Rick Ross knew perfectly damn well what he was doing and what that would lead to. And if he was a real friend to Meech.
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
Rick Ross just played Big Meech like a pawn in a $120 million hustle. And now 50 Cent is out here clowning the whole thing. But here's the crazy part. Everybody on the block saw this scam coming. Everybody except Meech himself. Ross dangled movie deals, big projects, all that flashy talk, then left Meech and his son standing out here looking broke while he's still eating good, living big, and sitting in mansions. And if your ears been tuned into those street talks, you'd already know how all this began. Right after Big Meech walked out of prison back in October, folks thought a real comeback was loading. The legend back on the streets, everybody expecting some massive move. Then, out of nowhere, Rick Ross popped up, mouth running heavy with promises, $120 million film, big projects, fat deals, all that.
I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie, F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, it's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking,
On paper, it looked like Meech was finally about to eat off his own name, finally cash in on the empire he built. But when the smoke cleared, nothing came through. Ross delivered zero. Instead, he used the Meech stamp like a prop, flexing against his longtime foe, 50 Cent. But the streets weren't fooled. Folks been side-eyeing Ross from day one, saying those promises were nothing but clout chasing, because everybody already knew who was putting in the real work. 50, he's the one funding the BMF show, the one sliding money into Lil Meech's acting classes, the one opening doors that gave him a career. Meanwhile, Ross only brought empty hype and a PR boost. Still, Meech leaned closer to Ross, ignoring the one man who actually kept him afloat. And that move, it didn't sit well with insiders. Tony Yayo even said it flat out. 50's been riding with Lil Meech from the jump. No sugarcoating.
You know, but when you take Lil Meech and you put him in acting school, you know, you take him from Detroit. I remember him rapping when he was rapping and nobody was helping him from what I seen. Cause I remember when Lil Meech was rapping. Nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this.
Now word on the street is, Meech is feeling the heat, frustrated, pockets looking funny, realizing Ross only linked with him for one reason, to keep poking at 50 Cent. Not out of loyalty, not out of respect, just to stir the beef. And now the optics got Meech looking like a pawn, not a king. Instead of leveling up, he's stuck in the middle of somebody else's feud. That's when 50 Cent decided he's done staying quiet. He pulled a shot straight from his troll playbook, saying Ross told Lil Meech to hand over his dad's address so he could send some Wingstop wings. But that wings jab wasn't just comedy, it was a message. 50 basically told the world, Ross ain't feeding Meech nothing but scraps. The humor stung because it was too close to the truth. Then things escalated. 50 went further, dropping bombshells about Lil Meech's personal struggles. He claimed he had to send the kid to rehab himself, said Meech was showing up to set lit, throwing up during a weapons test, couldn't even keep it together. Then came the story about the whippets in his truck. 50 laughed at his own confusion, saying he had to Google what whippets even were. The picture he painted? Himself as the grown man in the room, stepping in to keep Lil Meech on track, while his pops was busy hyping the same habits that were wrecking him. Framed it as him playing protector, while Ross and Big Meech played reckless. And after all that, Lil Meech still chose to side with Ross, chilling with him in clubs and all that. Now folks are roasting the Big Meech legacy, saying that so-called bond with Ross fell apart quicker than anybody thought. And one voice that really shook the room was Michael Rainey Jr. Yeah, 50's own power star. He came out bold, saying flat out he don't feel sorry for neither Lil Meech nor Big Meech, because grown men should have seen this coming.
I feel bad for Lil Meech. I don't feel bad for no grown man on this planet. Like, I'm a grown man. Why the f I gotta feel bad for another grown man? Like, you a grown man too. What you asking for my sympathy for? You be alright.
That clip caught fire fast, and word is, 50 doubled down once he caught wind, standing behind Rainey's words and stamping the narrative that the Meech camp was looking weak. And honestly, Ross leaving people stranded ain't a new chapter in his book. Allegedly, he already did it to his own squad up in Canada. Left his boys to get jumped while he dipped, only to come back later claiming it was all a test of strength. Cold, but that's Ross's MO. Folks been saying he's been moving grimy since the start. Even Whack 100 jumped in, blasting Ross as the real villain behind the scenes. Whack said Ross has never been a true friend to Big Meech, just used him as a pawn to throw shade at 50. Because if Ross was serious about helping, he would have moved in silence, kept business private, built something real with Meech. Instead, he broadcasted, made it about his own shine.
Guy, I don't think there's a bad guy.
No, yes it is. That Vlad, let's talk about it.
I think Meech is the one that made a mistake.
No,
No? You think 50?
no,
Lil Meech.
no.
Who am I forgetting now?
Rick Ross knew perfectly damn well what he was doing and what that would lead to. And if he was a real friend to Meech, unless he was looking to get 50 out the way, he would have dealt with Meech in the shadows, because he knows me and this dude who is gonna react if he sees me dealing with this dude that he has business with. And there was a lot of business left to be done, right? Rick Ross, bro, could have done whatever he was gonna do in the shadows if he really honored and respected Meech. Trust me, Meech wished none of this was going on.
And that right there told the whole story. Ross wasn't in it for Meech, he was in it for himself. He knew the play before he even ran it. Gassed Meech up, talking stacks of bread, building empires, all while parading him around for his own clout. Low-key turning him against 50 Cent, the one man who actually had his back. And when the dust cleared, it was all smoke, no substance. Ross went silent on Meech, left him dangling. The hype vanished. Suddenly, it was clear Ross only pushes whatever lines his own pockets. Meech ain't part of that plan anymore. Word is, Ross was even behind the cancellation of Meech's welcome home benefit, had folks blaming 50. But truth was, Ross didn't want Meech having a successful comeback. He wanted him sidelined, sitting in the cut, while Ross played hero on social media. That's betrayal. Looks like Meech traded loyalty for a clout chase, and instead of rewriting his legend, he walked straight into the moment people stopped rocking with him. And things only got worse when Meech tried firing back, calling 50 an internet gangster, claiming all 50 does is troll from behind a phone. But nobody bought it. The streets called it what it was, damage control. By that point, the clowning had already stuck.
I wasn't gonna address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family.
And when you look closer, Ross's whole history shows the same pattern. That BMF track had Meech thinking Ross was riding for him like family. But what if that was the setup? What if Ross just wanted to be Big Meech in the eyes of the culture? It fits. Ross built his whole rap brand off names that weren't his. And that ain't even shocking. It's documented. His entire persona came from the real Rick Ross, a heavy hitter who was locked up while Ross ran with his identity. And when the real Rick Ross touched ground again, he called him out. even tried suing him over it.
Have you ever seen anybody confront Rick Ross about you?
Not in person, no. Anytime I'm around, he disappears.
But is there any video of anybody hey, why are you running around with this dude's name?
Ross repeated the move with Larry Hoover, used the man's name in lyrics while he sat behind bars, stacking clout and dollars off it. Same play. And when you line it all up, it paints a clear picture. Ross been eating off other people's legacies for years, and now, allegedly, he's doing the same thing to Meech. Truth be told, dudes like that can hardly be trusted. No surprise 50 Cent's been saying it from day one. He never respected Ross as a man.
Is there anything about Ross and his career that you have any respect for?
No, there's nothing there. I never wanted to work with him.
And of course, the online community's been loud. One dude hit hard saying Rick Ross is a fraud. Another wrote, Ross messed him up. So at the end of the day, is Ross just playing the game, or did he really leave Big Meech high and dry? Is Meech's loyalty misplaced, or did he get played for clout? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our next video on the end screen.